Welcome to MegaNeg Gaming, and today's review is going to be on Krusty's Funhouse for DOS. Let's go ahead and switch over to the game. Alright, Krusty's Funhouse, also released as Krusty's Super Funhouse for Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, began life as a game named Rat Trap on the Commodore Amiga, developed by Fox Williams for the British software house Audiogenic, licensed it to Acclaim. The home computer versions were published by Virgin Games. There's not a whole lot of story to it. Basically, there's a bunch of rats in Krusty's house. He needs to capture all the rats, and in the end, he ends up going off to record a TV show. So it's a puzzle platforming game where the focus is definitely on puzzles. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll demonstrate some of the gameplay here. Press any key. It does give you some information. There is some Simpsons lore in here, little cutscenes that are kind of neat to look at. Does add some fun to the game. Basically, the gameplay style of this game is very similar to Lemmings. Like with Lemmings, where you need to guide the different lemmings to a safe path off the level. Here you have to guide the rats to a safe area. The jumping is very floaty, but that's not the focus of the game. I believe this is where you choose your levels. Yeah. Like I said, both the walking and the jumping are a bit. The walking is a bit too slow, and the jumping is a bit too floaty. It's like he's on the moon. So yeah, basically what you're trying to do is oh yeah, then you have shooting, which I'll demonstrate in a minute. So like with this puzzle, you want to lead the rats over to the trap. This one you have ran by Bart. Looks a bit odd. Krusty looks like Krusty. That Bart though looks. You can tell it's Bart Simpson, but it's not the best sprite version of Bart. Oh yeah, I see what I'm going to do. Controls are responsive enough though, and since the focus is on the puzzles during much of the game instead of the actual platforming, it's not that big of a deal. Where it does become an issue is somewhere like this. Oh, you have this weird arc. This weird arc to your weapons. So yeah, this is basically Krusty's Funhouse. You kill some snakes and other odd creatures that seemingly have nothing to do with the Simpsons. You have controls that are a bit off. The walking is a bit slow. The jumping is a bit too floaty. Makes it a bit frustrating because it looks like by the arc of his jump he should be able to get places where he ends up not being able to. So you go back to the door. Finish that level. Go on to the next one. This goes on for 60 total levels, I believe. It's about 60. At the time, Entertainment Weekly gave this an A-. That's not what I'm giving it. Nintendo Power gave it a 92%. Given it's been so long since I played those versions, I'm pretty sure the Krusty's Super Funhouse for Super Nintendo and Krusty's Funhouse for NES are essentially the same game, but I haven't played them in over 2 decades, so I'm not comfortable giving a set score to cover all 3 games. I'm just going to focus on the DOS one, which is the only one I have in my collection. And as such, basically what you have here is you have a Lemmings clone that turns into Lemmings into rats. You had some neat little Simpsons graphics to it. You had some Simpsons backstory, just kind of thrown on top of a game that's fun. But it seems like it'd be just as fun if they took all the time they spent on adding little combat segments and just focused on making the puzzles or even the controls themselves a bit better. The puzzles are fun, but the game does get old quite quickly. Amount of replayability, it does give you a time bonus for if you complete the level quickly enough, but there's no timer visible, so it's hard to tell if you're even doing better or not without having a stopwatch. So what you have here is it's an average game. It's very much right in the middle of average. If you're into puzzle games and you like The Simpsons, probably find some enjoyment with this. Otherwise, there's just not a whole lot here. It's not a bad game. It's not a good game. For what it is, it's average. What it does best is the puzzle elements, moving around blocks to get the rats off the level. What it does below average is anything involving precision jumping, precision controls, and especially combat, leaving it right in the middle of the C range is where I'm going to score it. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the review. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.